Hello, I'm DireGlitch20. Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's because I have the Steve skin on now. Uh, the reason why is that my internet is not working directly right now. So, as you could imagine, that means that I don't have my player skin. But that's okay. So I'm just looking a little like Direwolf20 right now. Then again, I'm usually kind of like Direwolf20 anyhow, so I guess this is kind of appropriate. Anyhow, I was going to show what one of these mods was I've been talking about for a while. You may remember that I've been saying how there was this Alchemy-based mod, and it's not exactly like the others that I've used before, like Equivalent Exchange 3, Project E, those. Well, it has to do with back to you. It has to do with this structure right here. This will become a multi-block, and I hope I got enough coal, because this is going to be interesting. Now, you need 6 bookshelves before you can really start this up, and I'm still adjusting things. You also need a cauldron filled with water. Now, this is kind of optional to have a furnace, but if you're playing this without major RF mods, then you're going to need to do this. It doesn't really require it that way, and it doesn't require it this way, but at least one or the other. You either need a furnace or a source of RF energy. And why that is, I'm about to show very quickly. Aha! See how that just spontaneously changed? Well, this is, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that. From the way it's spelled, I like to say Atelier, or Atelier, but I think it's pronounced Atelier, or Atelier, or something like that. Either way, I think it's a French word, because I think that's why it's pronounced Atelier, or something like that. But anyhow, and by the way, you can break this and then put it back. If you break this, it will not be this block. It will be a crafting table. That's right, if you break this, it will turn back into a crafting table. You have to have the multi-block to actually do this. Now, why this is important has to do with several important things, not the least of which including these alchemical flasks. And how you make these, by the way, is just glass and some planks, so therefore they're not really that hard to make. But what you do with them is you have to put them in this. See all these slots? This has become readily apparent as to why I'm doing this fairly soonish, because this is alchemy in a different fashion. You're not like turning stuff completely into energy and then back again. You're turning it into its basic elements and then reconstructing it as other stuff. So these alchemical flasks can be used to store those elements. Now, additionally, there are some other things to be mindful of here. Like the fact is, you know how I said that this requires a source of energy? Well, see this bar? I need to fill that. And one of the ways to do that is I need to put some coal in this furnace. Note how it's burning without anything that it looks like it's actually burning, like there's no ingredient I put in here to smelt. Well, the reason why is it's preparing to fill this up. Transmutation takes energy as well as elemental materials, and I mean like classic periodic table elements. I'm not talking about like classical magical elements like earth, wind, and fire. No, I mean like elements like hydrogen, carbon, you know, the elements of the periodic table we're all familiar with. Now, this is a slot that you'll need to be concerned about for more than one reason. Either you're deconstructing things or reconstructing them, and this helps guide that process, and so does right here. Now, this you can use to activate it, and I'm going to demonstrate that soon, but first I need to make something very, very important. See how I got these things on the sides here? These are known as vellums. Now, some of these have a slightly different purpose than what I'm going to be using here. Most of these are used in a special kind of enchantment that makes things a bit easier and less expensive. Now, although I'm not sure entirely if that's going to be compatible with it, Futurum system, so I'm wondering how that's going to work. But then again, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing beta testing. Also, I was actually thinking of doing a series that's based on D&D, not just Magic the Gathering soon. And I'll probably be doing them both pretty much side by side. I won't be canceling out either or. At least not anytime soon. And it's actually for a very special reason. And I'll get to that in a moment. But anyhow, back to the vellums. The thing is, this is the most important one. Now, these are again enchantment, and I'll figure out how it interacts later, but this is the big one that I need to get. And you can see that I needed a lot of paper. It's a good thing I have a crafting table up here. Of course, eventually I'll have a portable crafting table. There's so many ways to do that in my mod pack. It's just kind of ridiculous. But anyhow. Yep. I'm going to need a lot of paper. In fact, I'm probably going to be okay for me to just convert this all, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm going to be needing a lot of it. Just lots and lots of it. Now, I do have a lot of leather. In fact, I don't think I have enough for more than a few of these, so I'm going to have a lot of paper left over, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'll need some leather for other things, but you need them for these vellums as a pretty big deal. Okay, line it up. Oh, that went up pretty nicely. Research vellums. Wait, what was that? Was that note? Okay, that's for Shadow World. I'm not sure how to use the notes yet, but a lot of that mod I don't entirely know yet because there's not much information on it. I do have it in my pack, and it does look cool. I've seen a little bit on it, but there's still a few things that are a bit mysterious about it, so I hope to be solving that kind of live. I'll put that there for now. Because I'm going to need these to be loadable. Now, I'll also need something else from Project Alchemy, also known as Full Throttle Alchemist or Dartcraft 2. I've mentioned that a few times. But yeah, I'm going to be... Let me see here. I think it goes under Project. Yeah, it goes under Project Alchemy and all the in the actual file names. But whenever you look at it in the WAILA, it says Full Throttle Alchemist whenever it identifies it, so it kind of goes both ways. Now let me see here. There's the storage unit. That's it. Now these are kind of a tiered chest, kind of like with iron chests, only they're a lot cheaper to craft. They're just cobblestone and stone, and they actually can interface with that multi-block. I think it can also do chests and other inventories, but I'd like to make it within the mod itself to be extra cautious. However, I also need stone. I don't have my construction stuff right now. I need to get that backpack off of my assistant. Okay, Shadrick. I require assistance. Hope you materialize in the right spot. Oh, thank goodness. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Ow. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. There we go. I wish that wouldn't happen. I really do. Well, maybe there's a... maybe there's a correction for it later. I don't know. I think I'll have... maybe 2... I'll see if they can do 3 of them, actually. It's a good thing I get a lot of stone whenever I fight with Like Knight's mobs, because the Geonox, whenever you face them, whenever you're mining, they will give you straight up stone. In fact, that may also come in handy down here, because you can get like stone recipes and other stuff, because part of how this works is whenever you do these researches with this, it will... just want to make sure I don't have something... Okay. Okay, it's still powering. Okay, that's nice to know. How much does this take? That seems to be putting it pretty far. Anyhow. Whenever you have one of these research vellums here, this is how you do your research. You deconstruct stuff, and then it'll like memorize it onto the vellum, and you can use that to recreate the object with the elements. Now that will also be able to interface with these storage units I'm about to give it. Now I'm actually going to stack one a little bit higher than the structure itself actually requires, because it only really requires a 2 high area. I think it'll register it with 3 high, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'm being a little experimental here. Okay. Okay, I want 3 of these, so... Wait, which was that? Wait, come on. Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure. Okay. Ding. Thank you. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of research, I need to do that. I know, Shadrick, you can't fit completely down. That's one of the reasons why I'm letting you stay directly up there. Okay. Whoa, it's showing up very low in my hand. Well, it shows up fine there. Okay. There we go. Now, how it multi-blocks with them is it'll detect any vellum that has research on it here, so it won't give you ones that are copies of it. And that's kind of important because if you do that, and you don't have this this kind of support, then what'll happen is it won't know that you've already researched that, because this is item-based research. This isn't like some other mods research where it's basically bound to you. It's bound to the items in the area, and it shows that you're using that as a memorized pattern. So if you want to deal with that problem, you have to have some way of knowing that you've already got that, right? Well, that's what these are for. Although, again, they're basically smart chests. See? You can recolor it. You can have recipes and stuff. But, it can be owned. I don't... Wait, can I change? Oh, yeah. That's right. That's cool. That's cool. Doesn't really matter because I'm a single player right now. So I can stay restricted. You know, this might actually help in case some kind of mob is in here that I'm not aware of that wants to steal my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on restricted and make sure it anti-mobs the whole thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that with all these while I'm at it, because that could be a wise idea even if it's just me. So okay. But yeah, as I was saying, these are item-based researches, so they have to have some recognition. As opposed to this kind of research I'm about to show real quick. Because this is Chromatography stuff, and you'll find these all over the place. And like special like loot areas, special structures and things. I don't think you can get it as general dungeon loot per se. But what you do is you click on them when you have one. At least I thought you did. Thought I clicked on that. Is it this one first? Huh. What, do I have to shift click, or do I not have... No, maybe I'm missing something here. Do I have to have my book available? Is that it? Do I have to have my book? I think I might have to have my book. Because I'm letting that thing power up while I'm waiting here. I thought I clicked on these. Am I missing research? Maybe I have to get to bedrock level. That'd be weird. I'm clicking on these, but it's not saying that it's doing stuff. Hello, book. I have your knowledge notes here. You're not doing something. Maybe it just unlocks it in the book, and I still have to get other prerequisites. I may have to put some stuff up because if that's not working, wrong one, then I'm just gonna have to wait on these because I think I'm missing something. I really thought I was ready to get those done. Oh well, I guess I'll do this research instead, which is again more item based. So oh well, I tried. But whenever you go over these, you'll see that most items, at least from vanilla and in the mod itself, have special chemical formulas. Now you can unlock some of these and get the formula for them, and that's how you make them here, is you have available elements from deconstructed stuff, and then you will be able to create them. And what it is some items will give you formulas for other useful things. So as you research deconstructing things and filling up these vellums, then you will eventually get your other research for items like these, like the Alchemist watch, digging mitts, this magnetic glove, and these hearthstones. Oh gosh, whenever I get up to that, I'm going to be really happy. Oh gosh, those things are awesome. Okay, now let me see. Let's deconstruct some cobblestone. Okay, deconstruct you. See, I'm filling these up a little with various elements, and it's the ones that made up the cobblestone. Ah, now I have a recipe for moss stone from cobblestone. And they have a very close chemical signature. What that means is, for one thing, I put this in here, and as I said, now it'll recognize I've already got that. But that means I can actually create moss stone right now if I have the vellum in that spot, like I had before, and don't have these here. But I'm looking for other recipes right now. Oh. I got a cobblestone recipe, and it's saying what I have that's useful to make it whenever it highlights it, see? Showing these go towards the recipe. So, I have the recipe for cobblestone itself now. Now, I have to put that in here so that it will recognize that I, in fact, have done that. Iron dust. That's really useful. Now, does it say I can make it? Well, it's saying that I've got iron, but how much is it for? This says, now, it will have exact amounts, even though these aren't exactly realistic to the size of blocks. But this says 4 grams. This says I have, like, a little over 0.5 grams, so deconstructing all this cobblestone, I do not have enough yet for iron dust. Iron dust means you can basically smelt that for actual iron ingots. So it, again, comes in really handy. And you can also shift-click, and it'll power up, and then it will try to deconstruct as much as required to do the next research, or until you deconstruct it all. So, you can... Wow, that gave me nothing in terms of extra research. Yay. I guess this means well, this either means I was very unlucky, or what BlueDart himself said was the well is dry, meaning you have no other recipes attached to that object that you could possibly use. I can deconstruct other things as well, like I can shift between forms of logs. I can actually, wow, that's a lot of carbon to make that, but obviously worth it. But you can also, like, deconstruct a ton of objects to make a diamond. Like right now we have silicon, oxygen, potassium. Did I have carbon here? No, there was no carbon in that cobblestone, so therefore it wouldn't go towards making a diamond. Now you can see some carbon in this ender pearl, however, and they have some very important uses. However, I don't want to deconstruct these objects because I was going to do something else with them. So I believe what I will deconstruct are these, let me see. I can deconstruct a few sticks, because they're a little extra. Okay, that got me some carbon. Now what about you, Spruce? Okay, power up, and do it to research. Research level. Research the spruce log. It's a little slower whenever it powers up for that, but you're doing pretty much up to a whole stack at a time, so it'll work. If this doesn't give me research, then I'll... Yeah, it gave me research, like at the last moment. Did the whole stack just to get that spruce wood recipe. The thing is, I can get more leather later in more than one way. And then I can use that to get more vellums and recipes, and I do, of course, have a fairly nice sugarcane farm set up, so that should be fine. This is still... Oh yeah, that's right, I used some power, so it's trying to get some power back, so it'll charge up. Yeah, it does know how to read things, even that have, like, other recipes. But this'll show the recipe, but I'm not gonna let go of my watering can. We have torches, and, obviously I don't have any... Oh, wait a moment. That's right. Didn't I have some special use for moss stone? Oh yeah, I could totally get some tinker stuff ready for the future. That's right. Yeah. I wasn't thinking about that immediately, but there's an idea. Okay, I got the moss stone recipe, so... Yeah, I was right. The ball of moss. Mossy cobbles. Well, something's regular. That's a blood infuser recipe. So I can get balls of moss for Tinker's Construct. If you're not familiar with what those do, they can be a modifier that gives your item auto repair. So yeah, I think I'm going to actually go through this process and get a couple of those in advance. Okay. Give me some moss stone. Okay, that's one worth. How many of these can I make? Magical sound effects, thank you. Okay, so that's two. Because I may need these modifiers. Up, lips again, darn it. I may need these modifiers later. Auto repair on anything is always cool. I have other options, but still, nice. Let me see, I need one for... Well, this I can repair easily, I don't have to worry about that. I'll need one for a really good pickaxe later, though. One for a specialty weapon at least, and a few others, so I'm basically picking up groups of these. Don't want to do it as a large version, because I'd like to do it in groups of 9 if I can. Then I can just deconstruct what's left. I suppose I could do it this way. Oh, I only had 4 left anyhow. Yeah, weird timing. Okay. That's definitely... That definitely makes it not really a problem. Okay. I'm just gonna put that back in there. I'm gonna return to sender. There we go. So I have at least some stockpile. Now, these also have other usage. I'm having a very bad lip day, but then again, it is winter. It's maybe a little hard to see right in here, but okay, I'll take one out. It's still doing it because there we go. See how it says haste 3? Well, that's because whenever you have these, you can basically use them as potions to give you whatever effect it says. Like, this one's is speed, this one's night vision. Some of these don't have effects. I can't read that one right now because it's inside it. That's fire resistance, I believe. Any more? Okay, it does it differently inside the table like it always displays. Oh, jump. These are both very jumpy. Okay. I guess I probably should have saw that one coming. Because hydrogen is light, and so is nitrogen is gases, so I guess they give you some lift. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 of those ready. That'll be good for later. Again, not right now, but I probably... Well, actually, I probably should start designing them, but... Rinosuke, do you just show up in my door? Oh, wow. This is the trade I mentioned that I was going to hold on a nether star for, because then I would have got a magic broom. But now I know there's a less expensive recipe. I'm kind of glad that I did it the other way first, but yeah, you could see, well, I could see how it'd be worth it. I mean, it's basically flight, so yeah. But still, dude, your timing is kind of awesome. I just want to work this out for later. I think these can, yeah, those can stack. So, yeah, that's going to be a special reserve of things. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I repaired a lot of objects by using something very special, which I am out of the ability to use right now. But how it works is, I can show it down here. So here's how I repaired just about everything. I don't think I showed this off much on Solitary Craft because I got to another option, but here is a blood chest from Evilcraft. It's basically made with one of those blood infusion cores and just wood around it like a regular chest. But what you do is you can fill it with blood, like, oh, say, from your blood extractor, or certain other containers, and you can use that as fuel to repair objects. If you have something that has durability, you put it in one of these slots over here. Note this has basically about 10 slots, but I don't think I've ever really bothered filling this up like all the way, so it's one of those things that I don't know if I'd ever really need to like mass repair objects. There's something in the mod specifically for doing that in really huge fashion, but I haven't really found a good reason to do that yet. Because, like, when would you need to repair, like, yep, darn. Having issues with you, ladder. It's not really the ladder that I'm having issues with, it's the trapdoor. Oh, he counts as a villager so much that he actually rests like them, too. That's a really odd thing to think about the witchery mod. Are you kicking him around? Chadrick, quit kicking Rinosuke around. He's a nice NPC. Or a nice trader. A merchant. He's a merchant. He's a good merchant. He's a good merchant. We don't want to upset him too much. So, I think I'll have to put you back temporarily. So, yeah, you go back within my spirit for a while. So, yeah. Guess you could say I have a totem creature. So you just rest there, and I'll think of how to apologize later for Chadrick stepping on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll just reach over you and craft something. I apologize. I was going to reach over you, not try trading with you. Thank you. I was going to get ready for something else while I can. I think it's this way, but it could be with the diamonds in the corners. Yeah. It was inverted. Remember the numbers, but forgot the exact positions. Yep. Hey, you, switch. Of course, sometimes they just seem to have a mind of their own. Yep. There. Thank you. I'll need this for later. I'm not going to use it right now, but I had some special resources. Thing is, I have an interesting party right now, but I don't know if I have enough. I have Chadrick and troops, but there's other creatures out there. Other creatures that need my help and should help me. Whenever I tame them, I will need these special soul stones. Because what these do is once you've tamed a creature from Lycanite's mobs that you can use it to bind it to you. Those special soul stones are themed. They already have particular creatures in them. But these are used to bind anything that you've tamed. You don't have to beat basically what's a random boss for it. So, yeah. So you rest there, and I might have to go out and catch a creature.